Mental health care is more of a necessity than physical health care because it all starts here. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Hopefully you don't click off in the first 30 seconds, but if you do, that's fine too. I'm not that exciting. Not today anyway. Disclaimer, this video is not going to be edited because I frankly just don't have the time. I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm getting ready to do a lot of stuff and I don't have the time to be editing anything. As you can see, it's a hot mess behind me because I'm preparing to travel and it's just crazy. But I wanted to come on today and talk about how America is horrible for your mental health, not just your physical health. That's a whole nother video. Like the food here is literal poison. But if you're interested in hearing about that, I have another channel where I recorded with my friend and we talked about that subject. But I want to talk about how America is just really bad for your mental health overall. And there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why some people will think that it's bad for your mental health. And there's a lot of reasons why some people will think that it's actually not that bad. But I want to come on here today because I myself am kind of having an existential crisis a little bit. And I'm just trying to brush it off because this happens sometimes with me. It's rare, but if you have anxiety, you'll know. It happens sometimes where you just like have a day where you're just like, what's the purpose? Like, what's the point, like, of anything? And no, I'm not contemplating life because that would be something serious. But if you know somebody who is struggling with that, please get them help because everyone's life is precious. Well, most people. um, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking of this because I'm about to head out of the country and I'm kind of looking at it from another lens lately. And I've always known this, but I really started diving into it and trying to figure out like why is it so bad? So there's multiple reasons. And I think a really big reason that it's so bad for your mental health is that there is a 24/7 cycle of news. There's a 24/7 cycle of information that's mostly negative that comes out on a daily basis, multiple times a day. There's actual news channels now that are like dedicated to news all day, 24/7. And I majored in journalism, and that's one of the big reasons why I am not in the news. I do not want to work there. I have no desire to work there. The negativity of this place in general, which has become very negative over the past like several years, is just a trigger for a lot of people who are already probably dealing with depression or anxiety. And it's wild to me how people will sit there and watch the news, especially older people. And I notice it with my grandparents, like they will watch the news. And I'm like, doesn't this affect you mentally? Like, I can't sit here and watch this crap. Like, and that's what most of it is crap. It's fear mongering on purpose because when people are in fear, they're easier to control. And when people are easier to control, they will do what you tell them to do. So, and I'm not coming at this from a political standpoint. I am not political. I cannot stand either party. That's another part of mental health issues in America. They're all corrupt. They're all disgusting. They're all grifters. They're all con artists. And they are all playing you like a puppet. But that's another video. Um, it's just one of those things where it's constant negativity being spewed from the media and your television set at home, or even if you read like online, there's always something popping up. So I actually consciously do not watch and I do not go to certain websites that I know I'll see stuff on because it is extremely triggering for me personally. And I can't imagine how like other people feel when they watch that stuff or hear about that stuff who are having a harder time than I do. Another reason that America is bad for your mental health is consumerism and materialism. Everyone wants to keep up with the Joneses. They will go into debt to make everyone else think they have nice things, a great life, a cool existence. And in the process, the mental health is degrading because you either get into massive debt and you can't get out, or you can't seem to measure up to the ideal that you want to measure up to, or you can't catch up to these other people who are literally like have everything that you want. No, dude, it's not real. A lot of it's not real. A lot of it is fake. A lot of these people who look like they're rich are not. So don't try to keep up with them and don't ruin your mental health in the process. A lot of times, toxic consumerism and materialism in this place is the basis of capitalism. And literally, it's just like a giant cycle again. A revolution can happen, I feel, as easy as something where everyone in the country does not buy anything for an extended amount of time. Just the stuff you need, like food and stuff like that. If everyone in this country stopped buying stupid shit, stopped going to fucking Target, stopped going to fucking Starbucks, and did not buy a damn thing, things would change real quick, because you know what? You would be hitting them where it hurts, their fucking wallets. That's the only thing that these motherfuckers care about, is their money. So if everyone in the country, it would not even have to take like a violent revolution. It wouldn't have to take anything. It would just have to take everyone in the country, every single person. And that's why it will never, ever happen. Every single person would have to get on the same page and stop spending money on dumb shit. Make the stores be empty. If that happened, see how quickly things would change, dude. It would. I'm telling you, like, it would change so fast, because they would be freaking out, because they are not going to be getting money from their peasants anymore. That's what everyone is to these people, you guys. You're all peasants. And a lot of people buy into this shit. You guys all buy into it and you keep it going. And then when you can't make the status quo that you've set for yourself, that you've seen, your mental health starts to go downhill, because then you start questioning your life. Then you start questioning your choices. Then you start questioning, why can't I have this when they have that? Don't do that. I also know that America is horrible for your mental health because of the food that is processed here and that people are fed here. What you eat directly affects not only your physical body, but it also affects your mental body as well, like your mentality as well. And a lot of people who eat ultra processed foods and junk like every day, all the time, they are not good. Like mentally, they're not good. A lot of them, and you'll see them on YouTube. Like there's a lot of examples on YouTube of this, like, you know, hungry fat chick being one of them. Like she like puts on a good face for the videos, right? But literally, like we all know, you know, people who watch her videos and see her, it's like we all know she is struggling, dude. She is on the struggle bus mentally, and it's sad. And a lot of it has to do with the food that we're fed. I have this friend on Instagram who is traveling here from Eastern Europe now. And it's just so funny to me. I messaged her and I'm like, just wait, like, just wait until you see, because when you get here, you will realize why Americans are fat and why Americans are fucking mentally fucked up, because of the food. And so she went to the store the other day and she posted a video on her Instagram and she's like, look at this bread. This stuff is not supposed to be in bread. Like, it's not. They put so many, like, America put so many chemicals, preservatives, additives in the food that should not be there. Bread should literally just be flour and water. Like, look at the bread packaging in the stores. It's despicable, and it's all done intentionally. They say it's because it's cheaper and it's for profit. Yeah, that's part of it. It is cheaper to use that crap in food and to make a profit from it. But that's a whole nother problem, right? The corrupt capitalism, the corrupt consumerism that is taken over this country. Capitalism wasn't that bad when it first started, and people will still defend it to death today, right? capitalism has become something now that needs to be fixed, that needs to be dismantled, or that needs to be fixed, because it has ballooned into something that is out of control. It has ballooned into something that does more harm than good. And it's just funny to me how people, like the America as a whole, like the people who run this place, right? They have made other ways of being, they've made those trigger words for people. So when they hear them, their brain shuts off and they don't want to talk about it because, oh, that's bad, because that's a word that they were trained to think that is bad without delving deeper into it. Like, nah, bro, like capitalism is just as bad, if not worse, than a lot of like other, alternatives out there. So it's crazy to me, and that's another reason why this country is bad for your mental health. They have literally brainwashed every citizen in this country to either choose one side or the other side, to choose good over bad, to choose this over that. You guys, it's literally like not that complicated to understand and comprehend that they're mentally manipulating people here. And that's why people are so mentally fucked up. Like, it's directly connected. And it takes a while for you to be able to see that. Like again, I say I majored in journalism. Like, I know behind the scenes what goes on. I've seen it. I've interned at news stations. Like, and when you come at it from that perspective, it's so much more eye-opening and different than somebody who just sits there and watches the news. And then all these people who watch, Fox News or who watch CNN, oh, mine is better than the other, this side's better than this station's better than the other. They're all twisted in their own way, you guys, and they're all manipulating your mind. So just like, man, break free of that if you can. Like, break free of the trap that this place has set for people to either you pick this side or you pick that side, or there's nothing else, or you do this, you live this way, or you live this way, there's no alternative. Yes, there is an alternative. They just don't want us to have it. Another reason is just the overall like violence in this place that has happened, and that keeps happening and keeps escalating, and it actually directly correlates to mental health issues. I don't know why they closed asylums, you guys. Like, if mental asylums were still open, like, these crazy people would be in there and off the street. Like, anytime something happens, like, don't throw them in jail. Jail is not, that's what's wrong with this place. Jail has become a place to throw everyone and anyone who does anything. No, you have to put people with literal mental issues in a mental asylum, in a mental institution. Get them help. Like, you throw them in jail, they're just going to be let out and do the same shit again. Like, come on, man. Another reason why this country is so bad for your mental health is because literally the mental health care system here is non-existent. Like, that is number one. So seriously, if somebody tries to get mental health, they don't take it seriously here. There's no funding that goes toward this. There's no money that gets put into it. Guess where they're putting all the money? In the military industrial complex, because they'd rather go to wars instead of helping people in the country who are actually like mentally having issues and are harming other people because of it. It's a circle. It's like giant repercussions of like no mental health care. And the only people who can access mental health care are the ones with health insurance. And even health insurance, it's really hard to come by because they don't bill mental health the way that they bill other medical services, because it's not seen as like a necessity. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Look around at the state of the freaking country. It's a necessity to me, I think. I mean, mental health care is more of a necessity than physical health care, because it all starts here. So it just blows my mind how this place has complete disregard for the emotional and mental well-being of its citizens. It doesn't care. It doesn't care if people are crazy, because as long as they keep raking in the money, they're fine. They don't care about you. They don't care about if someone goes to a grocery store because they're having issues and shoot other people. They keep making money. They're fun. Oh, thoughts and prayers. Yeah, shove your thoughts and prayers up your you know what. That's what I have to say about that. It's just like this place has become like a cesspool, and I don't understand how it got to that point. The only thing I do understand is that it's always been about profit over people. And that's one of the main contributing factors why it's gotten this far. Oh my God. This place is so bad for your brain. And another reason is there's really a lack of community in this country. It's very individualistic here. It's a very selfish country. Me first, mine, I, everything like that. If you go to another country and hang out there for a little bit in the local areas, like they are very community oriented. They help each other. They understand the importance of connections. And in this country, they don't. You're very isolated. A lot of people are isolated here, and that messes with your mind. That's why in jail, they put the worst criminals in where? Solitary confinement. It messes with your head. So, especially in America, when it's so isolating, there's no sense of community unless you like actively make your community, your friend group, whatever. But with strangers and stuff, like it's not there. It's like if someone's struggling, they don't give a crap. They'll drive by on the street. Like they don't care. Nobody here cares about anyone but themselves. Human beings are living organisms just like animals, and we need community. And when you don't have it, that's when the fractures appear. And that's what makes a society easier to manipulate. My cat is literally right behind me and my feet are falling asleep. Help me. And I'm not really going to dive deep into these other topics. You guys can research them if you want, but other reasons that America's bad for your mental health: income inequality, racial inequality, lack of affordable housing, lack of living wages. The list goes on and on and on, you guys. Like it goes on. 90% of Americans say that there is a mental health crisis in the country. 90%. 90%. That's almost everybody. Probably like some people in that survey probably do have like mental health issues, honestly, too. I mean, people with mental health issues are saying there's a mental health crisis in the country. Like that's pretty telling. I hope that you guys understand that a lot of the stuff that's the way it is now is very much intentional. And even if it's not 100% intentional, it works to the favor of those who want things to stay their way. The more that normal citizens struggle and the more that people have these problems and can't get help, the more that they will be able to take advantage of everybody. So anyway, I know that was a little depressing video. Sorry, but not sorry. Sometimes I have to get this stuff off my chest, and my channel was actually started as a mental health channel. So yes, this is not advice or anything though. This is just me venting, and hopefully I find some like-minded people out there on the interwebs who feel the same way that I do, because I feel like the only way that we can get control and take back control is to realize that they are manipulating people to turn against each other when we need to stick together. If the mental health of a country is not healthy, nothing else is.